Sometimes these new coaches, they go for it too much, and he should have hit a field goal. But there's something to remember here. If you score first in the NFL, you win 70% of your games. If you score first at home in the NFL, I don't have the numbers. It's probably got to be 75% of your games. If you score first at home against a rookie quarterback, I bet you it's 85, 90%. Mike McDaniel gets this win, not Tua, not anybody else. Miami's got a lot of pieces here. But there are statistics in this league that are fairly bulletproof. You score first, you win 70% of the time. You score first at home, you win a higher percentage. You score first at home, take a double-digit lead against the rookie quarterback, you're going to win almost all your games. That was the minute Tua got out of the script, it's 3 and outs. Right? Like that, at the minute, that's not who he is. But Tua is accurate, coachable, sees the field quickly, gets the ball out. Those first 3 drives, it was lightning because they were practiced and scripted. You know, Bill Walsh did this with Joe Montana. Of course, Joe Montana's Joe Montana. But once you get a 10-0, 13-0 lead at home against the rookie quarterback, he could have taken his headset off and given it to his staff. You won the game. So he's a young coach. These young coaches, for some reason, don't like field goals. I don't get it. I'm a believer in almost always take points. Unless you're facing maybe a Patrick Mahomes or a Peyton Manning in his prime. You know, there's exceptions to everything. You're facing Josh Allen or these days Joe Burrow. Then I get hyper-aggressive. You know, you were facing Kenny Pickett. I'd probably take the field goal. But I'm not gonna lament that or bang on him. I think the Dolphins are going to make the playoffs as long as Tua is available. And I think we're all banging on this coach this morning. But he came in with a script against a very good defense and historically relevant defensive team, Pittsburgh, and they marched up and down the field. It's not because Tua's big, has a great arm. That's all scripted stuff. That's looking at film and going, we're going to fool Pittsburgh. And we're going to outsmart them, outslick them, outclever them, outscheme them. That was real coaching. That was a coaching win for him. Everybody's talking about the later. The earlier won the game. Take the headset off, give it to your staff. You won the game. Kenny Pickett's not coming back from 13-0 down or whatever they were down, 3 scores down. He's not doing it. So, you know, and it's not the end of the world for Pittsburgh. I don't think Pittsburgh has an offensive philosophy. That's my theory on defensive coaches. They have great players. I love their receivers. I love their tight end. Pittsburgh's got great players. But a lot of times defensive coaches, when it comes to their offense, they just have great players. What's Pittsburgh's offensive philosophy? They can't figure their O-line out. They don't have a running game. I don't know what it is. They just got great players. When you watch those first drives for the Dolphins, that is a philosophy. That is a philosophy on offense. Quick, fast, no huddle, clever, out, here, this guy. You're watching them do stuff over. It was beautiful. It was just beautiful. Just Pittsburgh was guessing wrong, and it was everything great offensive coach. And by the way, they never duplicated it the rest of the game because Tua's fairly limited. But you go to those first 3 drives, you won the game, put the headset down, give it to your assistants. That's where we are today. All right. So much fun football. It was kind of an average college football weekend because USC didn't play. They're back in action this week. Guys, let's face it. Dress shoes. They're kind of stiff, kind of clunky. Most people don't look forward to putting them on. Enter Wolf and Shepherd. Completely changed the industry, making hybrid dress shoes literally as comfortable and agile as sneakers, tennis shoes. It's fashion meets sport. You've seen Gronk wear them. Wolf and Shepherd, founded by a former track athlete, footwear designer, realized none of the amazing innovations being applied to athletic shoes were making their way to dress shoes. So we combined soft Italian leather, innovative support, cushioning, and they created a dress shoe. It's like a tennis shoe. You won't want to take it off. They have prioritized comfort and your feet. Why not? Check out their website, wolfandshepherd.com. Shepherd spelled S-H-E-P-H-E-R-D like her.com. Wolfandshepherd.com. All sorts of merch. They feel like a dream. Dress them up, dress them down. You cannot go wrong. I wear them often, Wolf and Shepherd. They have an incredibly rich history. Mike Tomlin's never had a losing season. And it's kind of scary for their fans and maybe for the organization. They're doing what they should be doing. They got to figure out if Kenny Pickett can play. He should be playing from week 1. We know what Trubisky is. You don't know what Kenny Pickett is. He's a first-round pick. See if he can play. Secondly, he's not great yet. He had 3 picks last night. He could have had 5. And you're going to lose a bunch of games. And that's actually the right plan. This is exactly what the process looks like. Peyton Manning, year 1. A lot of picks, a lot of losses. Joe Burrow, year 1. A lot of losses. Not necessarily picks, but a lot of losses. Josh Allen, year 1. Had more picks than touchdown passes. But those organizations don't have the Pittsburgh Steelers history. And so this is uncharted territory. This is a year of discovery. That's the term this year for Pittsburgh. The year of discovery. What do we got here? What do we not have here? Receivers are great. You got a running back, a tight end I like, defense. There's a lot you have. But in this league, 2022, can the quarterback play? This is the process. Going on the road, asking him to make a bunch of throws, trailing, seeing if he's got the it. I don't see a lot of special. I told you, I liked him in college. Then I talked to a lot of people who I trust, like scouts and executives. And a couple GMs that I really trust said, he's a late second, early third-round pick. He's not a first-round pick. And there isn't a lot of wow and sizzle to his game, but this is what it looks like. And you got to figure it out. And there's no reason to play Trubisky. If you lose the next 8 games, you'll know what you have. Because they've got weapons. You can't tell me they don't have weapons. Claypool, Johnson, George Pickens, those are great weapons. Very good young tight end. Nice running back. So it's the year of discovery, and it's bumpy, and you should lose. You'd rather win than Peyton Manning, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. This is what it looks like. Even if they become stars, this is kind of what it looks like. You just got to deal with it for a year. You've been winning for years. You never have a losing year. You got to get over that. This could be the ugly year with 4 wins, but at the end of it, you're like, you know what? Kenny Pickett made a lot of mistakes. He won't make him in year 2. Peyton Manning didn't make him as often in year 2. Josh Allen didn't make him as much in year 2. Joe Burrow didn't make him as often in year 2. Year 1 is ugly. For the stars, it can be unbelievably ugly. Mahomes in Kansas City, they sat him down. Watch Alex Smith. That's ideal. That doesn't happen much. That doesn't happen where you have a giving mentor in Alex Smith and they get you to a playoff. And that's not the way it works in real life. It's ugly. A lot.
Pickett is 24 years old, Colin. So he's not like some young pop right out of college. I'm just curious. Where are you on Pickett at this stage?
I don't see the juice, but
he's got 3 really good receivers. Claypool, Johnson, and Pickens are very good.
Well, Pickens a star. The other 2 are good. Pickens is a star.
Najee Harris,
nice.
Kind of sputtery. The big problem is he has no offensive line.
No.
I mean, it's just crumbling every.
He's running for his life. And Tomlin's got no offensive philosophy. Speaking of philosophy, even the all-time greats need structure. Peyton Manning, the Colts, had Tony Dungy, Bill Polian, and Irsay. Michael Jordan had 2 three-peats. He battled Jerry Krause. He battled Reinsdorf, the owner. Phil Jackson asked him to make some sacrifices. But they had 2 three-peats. Brady in New England, a lot of sacrifice and a lot of structure. Guys love power. We like fast boats and fast cars and knockout punches and home run hitter. We like power. And Brady moves to Tampa, and he gets all this power. Let's get Bruce Arians upstairs. I want Gronk. I want AB. But am I the only person? The longer Brady is in Tampa, the weirder, uglier, and stranger it gets. Year 1 was the year of overcoming. Pandemic, practice, Super Bowl. Year 2 was the year of, oh boy, it's indifferent. Then we find out Tom was thinking about retiring, and Tom was thinking about buying the Dolphins. Year 2 was like indifferent and odd after the season. Year 3 is a mess. The team's a mess. He's going through a horrible situation in his private life. I think he moved to Tampa, and he was, wanted a little more respect and a little more leverage and a little more say and a little more power, and be careful what you wish for. Because the New England story for Tom was one of sacrifice, do your job, no days off, total structure, sacrifice pay, and here you have all the power, and it is turning into a mess. It's a little bit like Aaron Rodgers. Tom's